have severe neck pain through here, severe neck pain, and commonly diagnosed as a pinched nerve sitting at C4, C5, C6. So to clarify, what can happen at the structural level at C4, C5, C6? The areas can get worn out with time as we age. It's the washer of the top part of our spine, the washer, that wears out. So yes, very commonly, even from the age of early 20s, can you believe, you can develop arthritic or degenerative changes to C4, C5, C6, especially C5, C6 is where people generally get the problem. You can create disc or ruptures or disc bulges in those areas as well. You would have heard about that, and that can cause pain as well. The other one is just simply inflammation. Inflammation that's sitting in those joints, the washer, right? Inflammation because you over-irritated, you overloaded for some strange reason, and it can be as simple as a sneeze or just looking down, tying your shoe, turning a wrong way, or turning your head sharply, or you're doing your seatbelt, and it can fire it off. And next thing you know, you've got excruciating pain down both of your traps. So simply your trap muscles are locking up to protect that area. It's a mayday mechanism. But the pain a lot of the time, and this may surprise you, is actually your traps. That's the pain that's overwhelming. The inflammation in your joint itself can be painful, but not to the level your traps can cause the pain. And here's the other thing. A lot of people in this position get pain here and not so much down your arms. You don't have to get pain down your arms. If pain is going down your arms and you're getting pins and needles and numbness down your arms, that is generally indicative of something in here that's compressing on the nerve root of C4, C5, C5, C6. And that compression is like you crossed your legs too long and your foot goes numb. So you need that compression is happening somewhere. And that's indicative of that. But if that's not the case, you're just getting a lot of pain up here. In my opinion, that's better. That's a good thing. And it's your traps really fired up and protecting something that's broken potentially. All right, here's the thing. Then you go and get, commonly, injections. Cortisone or steroidal injections to calm down the inflammation. We have two scenarios here. One scenario, it helps dramatically. Oh, it's great. Significant change, but pain is still there, but a lot more manageable. The other scenario is it does nothing. And that's scary for a lot of people. Then surgeons are involved in saying, oh, we might have to cut you open or check it out, or some good surgeon will go, maybe, look, I don't know, it doesn't make sense, try more injections, etc., etc. So many avenues. But from my perspective, to keep it simple, the nerve blocks that sit in your traps to protect the structure has ignited, and the pain in the traps is the reason why it gets so confusing. You've had injections or you haven't, and they've worked or they haven't, it gets very confusing because the nerve blocks are sitting there. So what I do is I go and unlock the traps and the nerve blocks and then let the neck and the structure reveal what's truly the problem. And it always comes to fruition. So today we have a lovely lady with this problem, but we're going to unlock the traps, and I believe the traps will be enough to decompress the pain that's sitting there, despite having had surgeons look at it saying that, oh, they don't want to go in, maybe not. They've had an injection, it's helped a little bit, but not significantly, but it's helped. So I'm now going to go and reset the traps to help unload the trap pain. The structure itself, is it really a problem? Usually what happens after the treatment that I do is, oh wow, significantly better, excellent, great. The trap nerve blocks were the key, get rid of them, and now you can rehab yourself back. Or no, the structure that's sitting in there is still a real problem. And therefore then I tell the person, okay, your structure is still a problem because the nerve blocks in your traps have told me so. When I get rid of them, the true nature of the problem always reveals itself, as I say, and then you're off to see your specialist again, and it's definite. It's definite. You need something else done because the structure is unwell. and that degenerative disc or inflammation sitting in there is too great. It needs another intervention. And then maybe another steroidal injection, maybe. I personally wouldn't do more than 2, even though you hear various sources, from my experience anyway. But the trap nerve locks are very important in the pain here that needs to be managed first, obviously from my perspective. And that's what we're going to do today. However, after the treatment, or whether you get it or you don't, the most important thing to do for this area is manage your rib cage. I always do in my videos, always look after your rib cage by stretching out your chest muscles, stretching out your lat muscles. You've seen me do that in videos. Gently deep breathing whilst you're doing it, and gently foam rolling here, middle of your spine, not into pain. Very, very important to decompress this region, traps included. It really, really helps. Here's the final one. People who get pins and needles in your hands. Carpal tunnel, maybe, maybe not, I don't know. Trap nerve locks again through here, being compressed up here, whether you have a structural deformity or not, can also cause carpal tunnel symptoms and pins and needles in your hands. So a lot of the time when I do this treatment for people, we're obviously placing our attention here, but the hands can suddenly improve as well, inadvertently or intentionally, right? Because the nerve locks and the decompression up here helps relieve the pressure off the brachial plexus, which is the source of the nerves in your hands. I hope that makes sense. And doing the stretches down here also helps decompress those nerves. So that's why I always recommend them.